Yahoo! Hello guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel, and in today's video we are going to be creating this wonderful waitlist page. It's not just an ordinary waitlist page. Actually, this is more like how waitlist page works, and as you can see from my previous tutorial, I have already created a waitlist page, but it wasn't an in-depth one, this one, and it wasn't that in-depth. So on this one, I decided to take it a little bit further from what we did the last time. And as you can see, we connected this to our backend, we connected it with the Resend, and we connected it with it has this a protected page whereby if you are not being sent a token, you can't access that page. So what we're going to do, I'm going to give you guys a quick demo how this works, and let me show you from my what's it called, from my Neondb, my database. I already have a database name, email, and as you can see, let me go to the tables. As you can see, there is nothing yet here on my table. In fact, the table is empty. As you can see, it's empty. And here, right here, my email, I have no email coming from whatsoever I'll be sending an email from. So the next thing we're going to do is right here put in my email. So here is my email. Please do not send me mails. Don't send me any mails, please. So here, if I should click on join, as you can see, it's loading and it won't allow me. As you can see, thank you for joining our waitlist. And if I try to use the same email again, as you can see, the email is already subscribed to our waitlist, as you can see clearly right here. So let's go to our, first of all, let's go to our database and let's refresh this one. As you can see, voila, we've got mail, and the same email I imputed from the front end, from the client side, is right here. So it's all here right now in our database. And also, if we should go to our email, as you can see, welcome message, as you can see, aha. So what we need to do right now, there is a protected page right here, which is it's called /welcome, but if I try to visit that page, it won't work. As you can see, it won't even work, as you can see, because there's no token. But from our mail, once we click on this, there's a token attached to it. So let's check it out. Voila, as you can see, there's a token right here. So without this token, a user won't be able to access this page. And once that token is no more there, let's clear this, let's take it out, and let's try to hit enter. It will automatically take them back to the home page. But if there is a token right here like this, it will take us to this page, and it's going to say thank you for joining our waitlist, and here you can return home safely. Okay, now what happens if we want to unsubscribe? Probably they are sending us all sort of nonsense, annoying emails later on, And also here we can also subscribe from this. How do we do that? So let's click on it. Voila, so you've been unsubscribed. As you can see, we can now go back to the home page, and if we check our database, as you can see, there's a table right here that says true. Property, I don't know that it says true, but let me refresh. First sec, you see it has turned to false, as you can see. So this person is no longer on our waitlist page. So if I go back right here, and I try to use the same token, the one that we used before, this one, if I try to use it, you see it won't allow me because I have no token anymore. And we can still put our email again. Let's see. Aha, again we are back to the we're back joining the waitlist. And if we go back to our mail, go back here, and you can see we have another one, and here we can explore again, and it will take us back to this page, the welcome page, and then we can go back successfully. So this is what we're going to be building, and if you're excited as I am, I want you to do me a little bit of favor. Go to my YouTube channel and smash that subscribe button. Anyway, I'm not even this is my channel, that's why I can't even see the button. But if you are new to this channel and you have been a user of this channel, please share our videos. And if you are new, subscribe to the channel, smash that button, smash it, keep smashing. If you, I don't know, just keep smashing that button, keep sharing our videos. And if there's anything you do not understand by any means, please leave a comment. I will respond back to you. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump right straight into the tutorial. So the first thing first we're going to do is grab our project up to a site here. With time I'm going to get a bigger monitor where I won't be showing this stuff anymore. Believe me, all YouTubers have this on their other side of the screen where they don't show you guys. So, for me, I'm not having it yet, so I'm just writing everything from how you can see. So first of all, these are the packages. Let me make my screen a little bit bigger. Okay, so first of all, these are all the packages you need. We need a Prisma client. Don't worry, I'm going to show you guys how to install all of this. And here we need a React email component. Here we need the Lucid React for icons. And here we're using Next.js 15.0. Aha, that reminds me, in our last video there's this error that was happening right underneath here, beside here. It was all caused by the hydration warning, which and you can see we have Resend 4.01 here as well. So these are the packages you need to install. This one, and this one. Okay, so and also when you're using the Next, you're installing Next.js 15, you might want to enable the turbo pack as well. So what I want to point to your attention is this where is it? This one. As you can see, if I remove this, there's this kind of warning. I don't know, it didn't show, but the last tutorial I made, there was this error. I didn't include this keyword here. I didn't include it, so it was causing that warning, hydration warning stuff. So if you are using Next.js 15, make sure you include this, so it will stop throwing those errors to you guys. So what we need to do is, here we have a very clean project, project right here, no code written, everything is plain, and and here the fonts that we're using, you don't even need to worry much about the fonts because these are not necessary. All we just want to do is to create something that can that has functionality. So let me reduce the screen size with a little bit. So right here as a font I'm using, but you don't need to worry much about this font because we're not focusing on any of this, right? So this is my layout.csx. So let's close that out, and yep. So let me pull this on the side, and let's start from scratch. So here we're going to give it a class name, min height. Let's give it a min height of screen. Let's give it a flex. Let's give it an item center. Let's give it a justify to be center. Let me toggle this to be okay. Justify center. Let's give it a padding left and right to be 4, and let's give it a div with a class name of max. We're gonna give it a max width of 270 pixel, like so, and we're going to give it a max from the margin left and right to be O2, and also we're gonna give it a text to be center, so we can center the text, and space Y to be of 12. Okay, so the next thing we're going to grab is our H1, this one, and we're going to whack this in here, and then we give it a text of size of 19, the margin top 5, and leading tight. Leading is basically the gap or between the, let me show you guys what I mean. The gap between this upper text and this lower text. So if you want it to be a little bit way tighter than this, you've got to make it let me show you guys what I mean. So okay, so I've been running this on this one, so let me kill this server. Okay, good. And here run dev. So I just want to show you guys what the leading does. Okay. Let's refresh. So this new page will replace this one because I'm using the same localhost. Okay, so here we have our home. Here we have our home page, and as you can see, this is where we are at right now. Everything's still here to take shape. So let's keep on going. So here we have the leading to be tight. So let me use another. If I should say 4, you're going to see it kind of get closer to each other. If I should say 3, as you can see, so the leading right now is about 1.25, which probably if you're good at what's it called, if you're good at creating documents in in Microsoft Word, these are all things you work with in your, if you're dealing with office works and all of that, you work with those leading sometimes to format your text. So let's go on. We've got the p tag right here with a class name of text to be of 19 pixel, like this. I hate wasting time on little details like as this, but so it would be a great fit for me to copy and paste them here. Let's see what we got. As you can see, all right, so here we've got the span. In that span we've got some images, and we want to give it a class name of inline flex, this one, and we want to make sure the image, they are a little bit on top of each other. Let's give it not on top of each other, they are a little bit, squish each other. I don't know the word for it, but you get to see what I mean. So let's copy all of these images. There's 3. As you can see, I'm getting them from pixom.photos. This address, but here's the thing. As you can see, there are images right here, right? But if you are doing yours this way, it's going to throw you an error, because if I should come to the config file, whoa, why did they even allow me? Okay, so it won't throw you an error, but if you are using the Next.js image tag, that's let me show you this one. If you are using this one from Next, it will throw you an error. Let me say width simple probably 500. Let's give it a height to 500, like so. It's going to throw you an error, as you can see. So what you need to do is you need to configure this host name, this one, inside your Next.js. Just follow this guide, this one. It will lead you to the documentation, but I'm not using the next image for this tutorial. If you want to, you can, and it will still work. So we just copy these 3 images, right? So we slap those in there, and then the next thing that needs to go after the image is designer, and after that we've got another set of images right here, so we've got to copy all of that as well and whack those underneath here. As you can see, still giving it a style of inline flex, given a relative and this same style, and followed by the image. Alright, so the next thing we're going to copy here is the text here. Okay, I'm just going to a little bit of copy paste in here, because these are all, these are all normal stuff you understand. So here you've got this one, and also you've got this one. Okay, and let's give it this space here, and let's make sure you have a React icon installed. So here you have the globe icon. So let's see how that looks like. Voila. So everything is coming together perfectly well. And also here you've got the p tag. Let me scroll a little bit up and slap those in there. So let's see how it looks. Okay, we need to go back to the lower p tag, this one, and we'll slap this in there. As you can see, it's almost coming into shape. So the next thing first we need to do is call our a component right here. So here underneath here, we're going to call this component. Of course, we're going to get an error. We should save, because we haven't created this component yet. Okay, so what we need to do is go to our component folder. We're going to create one, and we're going to put it inside this app folder here. Okay, and make it a waitlist form for .tsx, like so, and let's go jump right straight into it. Let's go straight into it. So what we need to do, first of all, we need to style this. Then after styling, logics can come afterward. Okay, so here we need to say RFCE, and here we name it a waitlist, and go back to the home page right here. All we need to do is import this into our home page, and also here we need to save something. As you can see, it's right here, but you won't see it. Let's say hello. Aha, there you go, it's right here. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is start styling. Give it a class name, space y4 to be 4, and then underneath here we've got a form, and then we have it has an actions for right now. Let's just clean that up. We're going to come back to that. We've got a class name. We've got a gap. We've got to give it a gap of 2. We've got to give it a max width of 400 pixel. We're going to give it a MX to be auto. Okay, so next thing we've got to have an input of type of text, of type of email, email, and why is it complaining? Shut up. About placeholder, and let's give it entire email. Enter your email. Okay, so let's give it a name to be of email, and let's give it a required field, just in case our stubborn client doesn't want to want to do something else, or probably want to skip it to submit a form. It's going to keep telling him hi, you're required to do this. Okay, so let's disable this for now. Let's say false, because we're going to conditionally do that. So here we're going to give it a class name. We're going to give it a flex of 1 to fill up the whole space, and a padding left and right to be 4. I give it a rounded of MD, and also give it a background of this color custom one, like I explained before in our YouTube in the last video. These are all custom. If whatever you're looking for is not right there, all you need to do is create a custom one by yourself. Okay, so here we get a text of black. Let me fold this a little bit. We give it a text of black. Okay, and we've got to give it a placeholder. Mind you, this placeholder, it's just a way of you styling a placeholder. I'll show you what it means. As you can see, the placeholder is kind of a little bit of having this color of kind of darkish gray. Okay, so right now probably want to give that placeholder some color of maybe red to be of 400. If you check right now, see it has the color. It doesn't affect the text input. It's just the color right there. It's affected. So right now we've got the this is just for a demo. Let me get that out. Text should be of type of gray. 500. This 500. Okay. So when we focus on it, give it an outline of none. And also if you focus on it, I don't know, focus on it, we need to have a ring of 2. And when we focus on it, okay, we'll focus, where is it? We'll focus, want to give it a ring of black. Reduce the opacity by 20 and give it transition of all. And the font we're going to be using is Pretender. I'm going to make another video tutorial where I probably be writing, writing the whole of how I set up my font from scratch. Okay, and then we give it a disabled. If disable, give it the opacity of 50, like so. Okay, so what we need to do next is come down here and have a button. Let's give it a button of okay, we're going to render this conditionally, but for now let's give it a type to be submit, and also let's give it disabled to be of false right now. Okay, so let's style it. Class name to be px to be of 6, py to be of 2, pg to be of black, the text should be of white, and to be have a rounded of md. Then whenever we hover on this button, we want the background to be of type of black with an opacity of 90. Also give it a transition of all, transition all, disabled. If it's been disabled just like this, it should have the opacity of 50. Alright, and give it a font of pretended. Okay, and let's give it, if it's been disabled, let's give it a cursor of not allowed. So let's give it a flex and items to be off center. Let's give it a gap of 2. Let's give it a min width of 100 pixel, custom 100 pixel, and also we get a justify of center. So right here, if it is pending, why is this complaining? As I'm tied to attribute. Okay, it's complaining it doesn't have something in here. So we're going to say join, like so. So let's take a look at what we've got here. As you can see, everything is all falling in place. So what you need to do next is this is a div whereby we're going to render those texts you first saw earlier. If we successfully join a waitlist, it's going to get you show this text of a message when it says thank you for joining a waitlist. And if you've already gotten into the the waiting list, it's going to tell you the email has already been used and you can't resubmit that email. So the next thing we're going to do is going to actually create another page for all of this. We're going to come back to it later on. Let's take a look at our welcome page. This one, once they successfully, this is going to be the protected one. So let's create this page, right? And we're going to create inside the app folder. We're going to name it welcome. So whatever page you want to create, you're going to create the folder first, and in there you're going to create page.csx. Irrespective of whatever page or whatever name you name this one, everything else that comes underneath this one must be a page. It mustn't be it just needs to be a page. And if you create a folder, underneath it is page. The only place name where it's going to change is this folder, but here everything that the child of it is always going to be page. Okay, page.css or page.jsx. So here we have our page, and let's name it welcome. And excuse me, and we're going to give it a class name of give it a class name of flex and justify of center. We're going to give it items of center, height of screen. Okay, and give it a div with a class name of border. Let's give it a border of neutral of 300. Border neutral 300, and let's give it a pattern overall of 3 and rounded to be of 2 extra large, right? And then underneath here we're going to give it a p tag. I'm going to say thank you. Work those in there. Thank you for joining our waitlist. and it's going to grab your first name, but for now let's just replace it with something like JavaScript. So this is our waitlist page, welcome page. So let's go to welcome. As you can see, I can access this page. I'm not being blocked, I'm not being restricted, I can access it. So this is not something we want to later on, because we want to protect this page from external users who haven't registered with their email. We want them to visit that page. So the next thing first we're going to do is import this image source, and as you can see, I already have an image list on my public folder, which I right here. Okay, and the next thing we need to do is create a link which we say go back to return home, right? And let's import that from next link. Okay, okay, so here it's complaining, we need to give it a href of home. Okay, like so, and we need to give it a return home. And we give it a class of border, give it a flex, justify center, item center, rounded LG, text to be SM, and height of 9. Okay, and yeah, that's it for this welcome page. As you can see, I can visit the welcome page without restriction, and I can go back to the home page. We're moving freely, it's all working, as you can see. So what we need to do next is the unsubscribe page. I just want to get all of this out of the way, so when we'll be writing the logic, it will be mainly focused on writing the logic instead of writing logic and still styling. That won't be a great idea. So unsubscribe, like I told you, the folder name matters, while here the file must be a page.tsx or page.jsx. RFCE, this is a package, what's it called, extension from VS Code. It's called React snippets. You can download that if you want to. As you can see, it's a snippet package. I have some of them. I have this one, I have this one, I have this one. I think this is the one I use mostly. So it's a package. If you want to, you can download them from the extension market, and it will all work pretty well. So right here we're going to use the main, give it a class name of minimal height to be off screen, and let's give it a flex, let's give it an item of center, oops, let's give it a item of center, let's give it a background of white, and let's give it a padding left and right to be 4. Let's give it a div. I give the class name of max, width to be of 600 pixel. And then here we give it a mx of auto, give it a text of center, and let's give it a space y of 8. Okay, and let's grab this text, work those in there. Let's okay, so let's grab those and put them in there. And then this, if you go to the unsubscribe, if you have been unsubscribed, and let's copy this p tag and paste those in here. Also, let's give it create a div, and let's give it another p tag of you change your mind. And also here it's a big tag which says change your mind, and probably if you change your mind, you can redirect your way back to the home page if you want to. Okay, so let's import the next link from next link. So we're just giving a href of a slash, which means return back home, and also giving a style of inline block, and giving a padding left and right 6, padding top and bottom to be free, background to be black, text white, rounded empty, and when we hover around it, it should give us a black, the button should be black with a transparent opacity of 90 and transition all, and then give it a font of pretended. Okay, so what we need to do is, you can see this little button. When we click on it, it takes us back to the home page, and we can visit the welcome page as well. As you can see, we can return, we can visit the unsubscribe page. As you can see, it's all working as it should. So in the next chapter, I will see you guys, and I hope you're enjoying this video. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and this will encourage me to keep on creating amazing content for you guys, and it will keep motivating me to keep doing this for time to time. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next chapter. Welcome back to this channel, to this chapter. So what we're going to do next is we are going to pretty much set up our database and connect it with a schema. But first of all, let's go to Resend.com. Okay, so in here at Resend, make sure you click on this API key. If you don't have one, make sure you create. I've already created mine. So once you create, you copy the key, the token. It will only appear once, so make sure you copy it. So once you are done, go back to your go back to your project, go to your created.env file, and make sure you paste your Resend API key here. Do not try to use mine because I'll be deleting mine once I upload this video. So that is how you create your Resend API key. So the next thing we are going to do, you just make sure the email, if you don't have an account with Resend, make sure you register, and the email you use while registering is the same email you will use, because we are not using our own domain. If you want to have your own domain, probably you have your own website, then you can come here and add your own domain here. But for now, for this tutorial, we are not having a domain, so we'll be going with our normal keys here. So make sure you have your email here. The email you use in creating this site is one you're going to be using, because it's going to be the one attached which you can use for testing. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do after you've created yours, make sure you go back to your project. So we close everything, go back to your project, and go back to your page, your page.tsx. So what we want to do is we have to go to this waitlist page, also this one. So then what we want to do is right now is be able to send whatever we got from the input to our API or to our actions. So in here we are going to be using the start transition, the use transition. It's a recent package from React, so you can use it. So what I'm going to do is come here and say use client, because we're going to be using client stuff like you see the useref, the useref, they are all client related package. So you need to use the use client here. Okay, so here we are going to import the let me just comment get the ref, as well as the use transition, use ref like so, and use transition as well. So after that, we need to come down here and import the loader to this one from Lucid React. So here we need to create an actions whereby we send this email, and it will take our request and send it to somewhere where we can process it to store either in our database or use our third party API, some stuff like that. So we're going to be creating, in the Next.js, the previous one we only going to use the API then slash whatever, but here we can use server actions. Okay, so the next thing first we are going to do is create the message ref const form ref equals to use ref. Okay, so we give it the HTML form element, and by default we leave it for null, and then we create another one. We take out the pending and also start transition all coming from the use transition, like so. And then we're going to use message ref equals to use ref, and let's give it a type of HTML div element. Like so, and by default let it be null. Okay, so this is just for a valid email. It will check for a valid email, and once we pass in our email, it will use this regex to check for a valid email, and if the email is valid, it will then return back the email. So here let's create the handle submit. Okay, because handle submit, let's give it an event of type of React or form event. Okay, and let's give it HTML form element. Okay, and then here we can prevent the form from submitting, or probably when we submit the form we don't want it to refresh, so you prevent the default of it. And so now it's time for it to grab something from the input. So we're going to use the form data, equals to new form data dot. So here we pass the e dot current target. Let's say here, let's console log the form data. Let's go back to our home page. Let's inspect, and also here we put in some random email. As you can see, we need to call this handle submit in our form. Okay, submit, and pass in the handle submit in there, and also here we pass in the ref equals type of form ref. So if we go back here and pass in an email, as you can see, it gives me a form data, and in here we have lots of do I call them arrays of elements? or nodes, I don't know which, but as you can see there's things in here. So what we need to do is go back to our form data, and since in here we are having the new passing in whatever the form data is, so we need to find a way to grab what the specific information we are looking for. So here we say const email equals form data dot get. What do we want to get? We want to get the email, which is what we, this name, email. So the form data that gets email, let's convert it to string. Okay, so right here we're checking if the email that we pass is not is a valid email, then we'll pass in here the email, this function. So if it is not a valid one, it will show error message. Okay, it will show message. Let me just say, if you like, you can make it a use state and then maybe show a message. That's okay. So it will show message, and that message is going to create the type, so it will be of type error, and also a message. Is enter a valid email address. So here, this we are going to create it right now. So it's going to take a type is of either sources or an error, and also is going to accept a string of text to be of string. So here we're saying if there is this message, the current, the ref here have access to the DOM element of whatever you made it a reference to. Like this, it has a reference to this form. Okay, so here if there's a value in that form that is being hooked to, so we want to take the message ref dot current dot text content to be whatever the text being passed into it, right? So message ref dot current dot class name equals to, so we want to style this on a low. We just want to style it right from here. So we're just giving a text SM, we're giving it the text center animate fade type. If its type is sources, then give it a green of 500 if text. If it's not, give it that of 500. Okay, so So we have the email, is valid email check as well, and let's keep on. So after that, we check if the email is valid, then we start our transition. For better, so let me console log the email. So if we go to our localhost, I will click on this. As you can see, I'm getting my text down here. Whatever I type in here, I will get it down there. So let me say just script. As you can see, it's right here. In case you do not see it very well, it's right here. Okay. So what we need to do next is start a transition where we can send this data to our backend. Start transition, and then we give it an async, and then here we give it an arrow function. Do the try catch. So right here we say const result equals await. Mind you, we can't, because we haven't created this what's it called, the subscribe list, the subscribe to waitlist. We haven't created this route yet, so let's go create that route, and we'll be back to this page where we'll finish it up. So I hope to see you next in the next chapter. Stay tuned, and if you are new to this channel, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. So let's create our subscribe to waitlist action. So let's go to our app here, and then we'll create a folder, call it actions, and in here we're going to create the subscribe to waitlist.csx like so. So in here we are going to create okay, yeah, we're going to create we're going to make it a use server like so, and in here we're going to import no, for now let's not import any of this. So we're going to export async function subscribe to waitlist like so, and in here we're going to accept the form data of type form data of type form data like so, and say const email equals to form data dot get. So what are we getting? That's the value we pass from here. We grab this form data of type email, so we're going to be sending it to our subscribe to waitlist. So import it from actions. Remember to import it from actions, the one we just created, this one. Okay, so import it from actions, and then we pass in the the email, this one, like so. What was it complaining about? Of type form data. So here we're going to accept the email here. Okay. So why is that? Let me see. Okay, it says this one. Okay, so here we need to check our, let's console log the email. So from here we have the server running, and let's create a post request. As you can see, let's inspect it. Let's submit. As you can see, it has the email here running on the server. It won't show here because here I'm using the server here, so it's working. And the next thing we need to do is so we want to get the first name of our, maybe yours is, mine is justScript@gmail.com, so we want to split it from the @ so we'll take the first letter. So we say const take first equals to email dot split string split at here. So if there is no email, then we want to return our sources are false and an error of email. We could have used Zod, but in my next, I'm planning on using Zod in my next tutorial, so stay tuned for that. Email is required. Okay, so here we need to do some try catch. Okay, so here is where we need to we need to bring in what's it called, Prisma and the Resend package. So what we need to do is go to the docs, and here it shows you how you can set up your Resend. You need to install the Resend, which I already showed you guys from my own package, is already there, so I'm not going to do that. All you need to do is npm install Resend, and also to send email using the HTML. There are two ways you can use the normal HTML, and also you can use it, what's it called? You can use the React by by running a package. I said by running a component like this, and it all works. So what I'm going to do is show you guys that this one really works. So what I'm going to do is say await Resend. I need to import Resend. Import Resend from Resend, and in here we need as you can see, in here we need our Resend API key. So I'm just going to copy this, and from here, once we cause the new Resend process that AFID, make sure your let me make this big. Make sure the name is the same thing as the one you have it here, Resend API key. As you can see, Resend API key. Make sure you have it like so. Okay. So let's save it. Go back here, and here it's in giving some kind of error. So it's going to be a type string or defined. So we're just going to make it of that type. So let me close this. What else is this? Okay. So because I made the await there, so let's go to await, and we are going to either get a data or an error. If it goes through, fine, else it will show an error. And as you can see here, we have the one for API route, and we have the one for what's it called? I think one of them is this one looks like the actions. So I'm going to be using this one. So here we need to use the const, not await the resend dot email. Why is it giving me this error? Okay, await the resend dot emails dot send, right? And then here from who, so in here, since we are using we are not using a domain, we can only send using this to test, to send to ourselves. So to who do you want to send it to? Well, you want to send it to the email that we use to, from the email we use to register the resend. That is the same email we're going to use here as well. So the email that was passed from the front end. Mind you, if you use another email, it won't work. So we want to use that email that we used to register from our Resend. That first email from our Resend. Where is it? This email. Okay. So when we'll be passing the email from here, it must be this same email. You must not use another one if you're not using if you do not have a custom.com domain. So it must be from this same email. So so here we have the two email here. Then I think subject should be probably to be something. I don't have a subject prepared for that, so why is it giving me this error? Dot send from why is it showing error? So to create email options. That is strange. So here the next thing we need to do is we just need to have some HTML, and here we make it a p tag, say welcome. Okay, this is just for testing purpose. It's not sentable type string. Okay, like so. So here, if we send this, it's going to send it to the Resend package, and it will, let me console log the error here, and also whatever we got from the after we sent it, we're going to get the data back or an error. So let me console log it both. So let's come here. Mind you, my email is there's no new email here. So let's try to send something with the email. Let's click. Now I have no idea if it's sending or not because I haven't implemented any of those features. As you can see, we have some ID here. Okay, so let's check our mail. Aha, we have something here, and it says welcome, and over here we have a p tag that says welcome. So that means it is working, and there's nothing right now in our database because we not doing anything much in here. We need to use we need to use what's it called, Prisma. So that was from the previous one. It didn't actually, as you can see, there's no Prisma in here. So that was from the previous example I was showing you guys. So we have it done. All we need to do is find a way to store this in our database. So let us go to, let me close Resend. Let's go to the Prisma doc, and here we click on get started, and all we need to do is find the quick start, and you need to npm install Prisma, and then npx Prisma init. Okay, and once you did that, it will provide you a schema.prisma file where you write your own pretty much schema to anything you want to. Right here in my own Prisma schema, after running those commands, it automatically generated this two stuff right here. So here it's pointing to the env, and in there there's a database URL I need to fill out. So what we need to do is go to the Neon database, this one, And if you're new to Neon, so you probably come here and create a new project. So you give it a name and leave it as 16 and leave it here or probably here, anyone that best suits you, you can. Then you hit on create. So it will create the project. The next thing you need to do is click on the project, and this URL, you click on copy. You copy it, okay? So once you copy it, you go back to your .env, and here, this database URL, you slap yours in here, okay? So your data, so this can sync with your data. So after you've done that, and all you need to do is go back to the Prisma doc, okay? So you run npx prisma migrate dev, and also you need this script. This is for Prisma to make a connection once to your database, instead of rerunning every instance of request over and over. It will only use the what's it called? It only uses where is it? So in here it will only use this script, as you can see. So it will only use this script once. So you need to write this one in your Prisma. Pause the video if you can and copy every word for word in here, okay? So after you've done that, you need to run npx Prisma db push. Let me see if I could get it. Push, yeah, push schema. So here you need to run npx or npx Prisma db push. So it will automatically push your schema to this endpoint of your database. So once it does that, it will show you, it will come once it does that, just click on the whatever project it is. If you name it whatever, just click on it and it will take you to that place. Then go to the table. You should be able to see whatever schema you pushed. For me, there's this subscriber in my let me show you. In my schema, I created this thing called subscriber. It's going to have an ID, a unique identifier. They're going to have a type of email to be of unique, and the day it's been created, and if it is active. So it's going to create it, and it will be here. So whatever data you fill from the front end, it will automatically populate them here, okay? So that is that for Prisma. What we need to do next is go to our subscribe to Waitlist. Okay, what we need to do is, first of all, check our database if this user exists in there, because if the user already exists, that means there's someone with that email, and we don't want that person to keep on spamming our keep on sending on request message all the time. We just want to get this person information and tell them that, hey, we already have the information, and just wait for the waitlist, okay? Okay, so here we are going to check. So we're going to check So here we say const existing user equals to await the Prisma file. Okay, make sure you import it from this the same place, because I have it in my utils here. Yeah, this one, this file. So the Prisma Prisma.subscribe. What is going on here? So Prisma.subscribe find unique, because the emails all will be unique, and mind you, while in the schema is also unique. So where the email seems to be like the one that we passed. So if there is an existing one, if there's an existing user in our database, if the existing user dot active, if it is true that this person is active, then okay. So we are going to create a new subscriber if all those instances are not there. So that is it for this part of the tutorial, and the next part I will create a quick demo on once we send the data, it will automatically populate to our database if we have this value correctly. So I'll see you in the next chapter. If you're new, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, share our videos so we go viral. Thank you so much for all watching, and I hope to see you in the next chapter. So let's go ahead and send this request. First of all, it will check our Prisma, our database, and if there is a subscriber there already, then it will check if the subscriber has if they are active. So if they are not active, then that means they will have to update it. That doesn't mean they don't have their data in our database. They already have, but they just want to update it to be active. Okay, but if at all this user haven't even created any yet, that means it will go ahead and create one for them. So let's go ahead and test it out. Click on subscribe. Okay, recommend to be an older or newer deployment. Okay, so we're having an error here, so we need to do an unexpected error occurred. So let's refresh that. I don't know why that's, but we're going to fix it. So let me refresh this and see if it actually created any for us. As you can see, it didn't create any, but let's go to our mail. Did it create any? No, it didn't create any as well. So let's see, why did that happen? So back here in the waitlist, we are sending. Okay, so we probably need to console log the error for here. So the thing right now, so after we call our actions here, we need to, if the result dot success is true, then we want to show a message that says thank you for joining, like so. So let's put that in here, and right now it's kind of complaining, so probably we need to await something. Const results equals to, yeah, we need to await here, and result is possibly undefined because we are getting results.success our error. So how can we fix this? Okay, if it's there, else let's set the show error, so it'll be this one. Okay, and so let's go back to, it's probably undefined. Okay, so here in the catch we want to set this error to be here. Let's put that in here. Okay, let's try to figure out why this has been complaining. Okay, so first of all, in here we have the script here. If there's an existing subscriber, set the success to be false, subscribe else. Okay, and okay, we are not returning anything. As you can see, we weren't returning anything. So at the end, we just need to return success to be true. Yeah, return success to be true, and return these ones as well, like so. So as you can see, the error has gone away. So let's try one more time. And now we really don't know if it has gone through or not, but as you can see, it didn't give no complaint. So let's check our database. Voila, as you can see, we have something here, and if we go in here, we have something here as well. That means it is working. But why are we not getting the notification from here? Let's go fix that one out first. Okay, so here we have the form, and we need to conditionally render that message out if there is something, if it successfully went through or not. So here we need to do the we already grabbed where is it, is pending. So right here from all this form, remember, so where is it, okay, disabled if it is pending as well. Here disable if it is pending. Okay, so here we're going to check on the input. Yeah, we're going to do our change message dot current. There's a message dot current. No, and change, yeah. So if there's a message ref dot current, all we want to do is message ref dot current dot text. The text content is to be nothing, an empty string. Okay, so right here underneath this button, we're going to conditionally render this stuff here. So if it's pending, so we want to have this loader2, give it a class name of width of 4, a height of 4, and animate spin, and it also needs to have a span of joining. Let's wrap this in fragments. Joining, else join, and also underneath this form here we need to have a div. A ref of a message ref, and let's do the rule of lot. And also let's just copy these ones and paste them in here. So if we try to submit again, so you can see it's saying joining, and here it says email is already subscribed to the waitlist, and that's because of the error that's coming from our API here. This one, an error. This email is already subscribed to the waitlist, so we are returning the what's it called, the sources, and also we are returning the errors as well in here. So the sources here, if everything is gone through, it's going to be returned as true, and if it's not, it's going to return as false. Okay, and next thing we want to do right now, everything seems to be working fine. The next thing we want to do is actually, is this where is it? Is this email, as you can see, looks way kind of ugly like that. So we want to make sure we style it a little bit better. So what we're going to do next is go to React email, this one, and you may want to, you need to copy this as well and run the command, install it, and after you're done, then continue on this explore. Need to go back, click on these docs, and contribution, and click on this automatic setup. Then you copy this command, nps create image late at create dash email at latest. Okay, then you run locally. It will automatically set a script for you. Once you do that, it will create this folder for you. Where is it? So once you do that, it's going to create this folder for you, this one. So it's going to create this email for you, and also a package where it will have this script. So all you need to do is cd into that template. Let me do that so you see what I mean. So you cd into React email starter, like so. You cd into it, and once you cd into it, all you need to do is npm run dev, like so. So it will spin up this boilerplate, which they already have. Some companies have like Notion, Linear, AWS, and Recast, and so they already have. Okay, so as you can see, it's telling me I can preview it as this localhost. So all I need to do is click on it, and now as I click on it, this is what I have. And I already have one of these templates, which is this one. I already designed it. So when I go to my email, as you can see, we have static. This is where you can place your images if you want to for your email. And here is my static file. This template you see here. This is where it came from. So let me explain really quick what all of this is doing. So we are using TailwindCSS to create our email template. Unlike the normal Java HTML, which looks ugly, but with this we're able to style our email to have some sort of beautiful user interface whenever they send email to you send email to your clients or your subscribers. You don't want to send them some ugly looking stuff, so you want to style it very well, make it polished before you send them. So that is what this React email is here for. So you need to import all of this from the components. Okay, after you install React email, and all this will automatically be installed as well. So all you need to do is import them, and here are the interface, the props that I will need to pass into this Vercel invite and user component to be able to populate them and use them in this place. So by default, we're going to accept a username, which is going to be a type option. We're going to have a newsletter name, which is of optional string. and a welcome message. Here we already give a default optional newsletter name to be our newsletter, and also here we give it a welcome message. Thank you for joining, blah 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 blah, like that. So here is the preview text to welcome to, whatever the newsletter is. Welcome to our newsletter. So in here we give it a style of text, white margin, top and bottom of top and bottom of auto, and also left and right of auto. I'll give it a background of white. Okay, we'll give it a background of white and a border of solid, and a border of this color, and we rounded the edges, which you can see right here. They are rounded. And also we give them top and bottom again of 10 pixel, and margin left and right to be auto, and padding of 20, and a max width of 65, because we don't want it to be much larger than this. In my opinion, this is even way larger than I even thought of. And here we're going to have a section. In this section we're going to have an image. Right here I'm using one of an image from our own splash, which is what you see here. Okay, then after that, underneath we're going to have a text of a heading. Welcome to the newsletter name. Welcome to whatever you passed in my previous I first showed you guys earlier on. That is what is in here. So whatever we pass in here, we display here. So it's using my previous what's it called, template for this. So here, welcome to the whatever you passed in here, and also having text of this color, and text of size of 19, and a leading of 24, text center padding 1, rounded large, and text SM, the flex item center, so just so they can be at the center. And then we have our username. Hello, whatever username you passed, whatever username you passed here. And here is the preview props. Okay, so these are for development, but when you actually deploy these ones won't work. Okay, these ones won't work. It's only those you pass as props to this component that will work. And so we have a welcome message. So that's just it. This is a very cool basic design for the template. If you want it, I'll leave a link to it to my GitHub if you want it. But for now, let's go back to the waitlist page. The next thing we need to do is go back here. So we have the token. And just get rid of this. We have the token which reads const token equals buffer dot from the email dot to string, make it base64, then const welcome link equals to process.env dot next public URL, that is localhost 3000/welcome, and if there is a token link, it's going to pass this token link we've got here, which is our email. We're going to convert it to some sort of tokens, okay? And also here we need to do our subscribe and unsubscribe as well. So let me paste this here. As you can see, it's pretty much the same thing, but it's just that this will go to a route API/unsubscribe. Then whatever token, we're going to grab that from the search params, URL search params. So we are going to change this from HTML, because we don't want this anymore, to React. And in here we're going to use the one we kind of have. Let's paste that in here and then import it. Newsletter sign up email. So we need to import these things from here. So let me grab this from there. Oh, it's been already here. So why is it complaining? Okay, my bad. I've seen my error. So here it shows the React. Then here we need to pass in the component directly, like so. And then we need to import like so. So here are the props. It will take the unsubscribe, it will take the welcome link, it will take the username, which is what I did here. We'll take the first name from the email so we can get this username. So once the user register, and it takes them to that older page, the protected one, it's going to render the username there. So let's go back to the newsletter page. As you can see, these are the props here: accept your username, newsletter, and all of that. So what we need to do next is find a way where when we click on this link, this one will redirect me to my mail, but let's do the one where if you click on it, explore, it will take you to wherever this welcome link is. Okay. And let's see what was passed for the welcome link. The welcome link was passed process by AV, and it will go to the welcome. Then it will have a token. So let's go back to the welcome page. This one, as you can see, we only had this welcome page and nothing more. So what we need to do is go back to the welcome page and start implementing. First of all, let me import all of this. Okay, we are good. So what we need to do is import the Prisma client that we have in our utils folder, and the next thing we need to do is take the search params from this search params. Search params. Is of type string. Okay, so the URL is to grab that token from it. So let's get the token from the search params, because when we were sending the email with when we are sending this email, there's a link here. You can remember this link, there's a token attached to it, this one. So let's get this token. So in here, so let's say const token equals search params dot token. Okay, and if there is no token, then we want to return to the home page, redirect them back to the home page, like so. Right, so let's have a try catch again here. Let's say const email equals to buffer dot from the token, so base 64, which was in base 64, they want to convert it back to string. So here we find this console subscriber equals to await Prisma dot subscriber dot find unique find unique where the email matches this email and the active is equals true. Buffer from the token to string await. Let's make this function an async one. Okay. Email active boolean Prisma subscriber won't define this will be true. So here underneath here we need to confirm this. If no subscriber, just redirect back to the home page. Okay. Now this again. Okay. Okay, so here it's complaining it's not assigned to string, so it's because I'm calling dot string without like a function, so I need to call it like so, and now that error is gone. So the last thing here we need to do is actually, just so we can get our last name. So underneath here we've got to do the name, subscriber, email, or split. I'll take the first one. Okay, so right down here where it says thank you for joining our waitlist here, so here you put your first name. First name, Lisa. Wait a minute. It's possibly no. So let me cut this catch and put that right underneath here. So we're going to do the try. it yet. Like so. So we grab the first name and then we put it in here, and that's our welcome page. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward. All we did here was to make sure once they click it, there's going to be a folder, a welcome page where we send in this token, and this token is coming from the email. Okay, this email we provided this email. So that is what we are sending to this route, and we are getting this token. We convert it back to the normal string of the email, and then we find it in our database. And once we get it, because once the user, remember, from our schema here, as you can see, automatically it says when someone register, it sets it to true. Where is it? As you can see, if it finds a unique email, if there's an email, it's going to check if it is active. If it is active, then we don't need to create another account. But if it is not active, then we want to update it to set the active email to be true. But by default, when we are creating a new email, by default it is always active, which you see here to be true. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you. So right now, every email we create, it's always going to set the active to be true. That is why over here we are finding the unique where the email status is active. Okay, so that is it for the welcome page. And the next thing we are going to implement next is the unsubscribe, because on the unsubscribe as well, we have we passed a token to that route which when we send so this route, there's a token we passed as well as we are unsubscribe. So it's taking the email, converted to base64, and then we are sending this to this route API, and unsubscribe, and then token. So we need to create our API route. Okay, so what we do is go to the route here. You see there's an API. Yeah, we have to create it underneath this folder, and then in here we're going to have another folder called unsubscribe. And in here we are going to create a route.cs. Okay, So here we have a route, and then we're going to do the export async function get type request is going to take the next request, and so here we're going to get it search params. So here we are doing it in a different way, unlike when we were doing it in the subscribe to Waitlist, whereby we got the params from, where is it? Where we got the params like so. So here we get it in a different way. So new URL, then you pass in the request dot URL, and here we have the search params. Okay, const token equals to search params dot token dot get the token. And here we need to check again, if no token, then just next response. Let's import this from next server. So let's convert this to do the try catch. Say const email equals to buffer dot from the token, and here the base 64 dot to string like so. Then here we await the Prisma dot subscriber. Need to import Prisma from Prisma. Yeah, utils Prisma. Need to import this one from here. Dot subscriber dot update, where the email matches our email, and then we want to set the data back to false. Okay. And the data, we want to set the active to false. Okay, so we're going to return the next and redirect back to the unsubscribed page once we are done. So we're going to return next response or redirect localhost as the localhost 3000, and we're going to redirect back to the unsubscribed page. Okay, so here if there's any error, it's going to return the error with some status code like so. Next.json, and the error something went wrong, and with a status of 500, or probably you can do some other stuff in here. So that is it for this one. And the next one we are going to be checking pretty much this one. Did I do this twice? Interesting. Okay, so let's just test this out. So when I go through my email, let me try. The email is already subscribed to our waitlist. Okay, so and if we go to our as you can see, they won't send us any message because the function won't even reach the recent part. And as you can see, this is the old one we're getting. So let me quickly delete this one, and also I need to delete this the data I have in this table. You can see I have an email here, so I can a reason why I wanted to delete it is so that I can get a new template whereby React image template will be all set up, so so they can send me the email with that template. So let me click on join. As you can see, it has this thank you for joining, and if we go to our, as you can see, we have an email. So here we can click. If there's a token, so it will take us to this welcome page. But if this token doesn't exist, it's never going to come here. So we can go back to the, and let me check for the unsubscribe as well. And right here in the database, as you can see, it changes the status back to false. Before it was true, but it changed it back to false. So if I should go back to my mail and try to visit this route with the token, you're going to see it won't allow me. As you can see, the token is no longer valid, so it won't allow me to go to that page, and unless I kind of register again. So here it's taking me to the unsubscribed page, and I don't know, I thought I already did this unsubscribe. Subscribed. Okay, the little typo in here is saying that it's called unsubscribed with a D here. So we can safely refresh this. Okay, so as you can see, it has been unsubscribed. And if we go back to our, see, the status is false, and okay, we need to join again. As you can see, it sent us an email. So let's go to our database. Let's check this out. As you can see, the status is true, and there's an email sent to us again here. As you can see, 0 minutes ago, and as you can see, it's gotten this unsubscribe, and if we click here, we will be able to redirect to this page, okay, and we can click back to go back home. But if we try to use our same email, it won't allow us. It's already subscribed to our waitlist because the session is still in here. So once we let me close this. So once we kind of click the unsubscribed, it will take in that token, remove it from our set the status back to false, and it checks if the status is back to false. That means that there's no token there, so it's going to take us to this unsubscribe page, and then you can go back to the home page from here. So with this, we've come to an end of this tutorial, and if it's something that interests you, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you're new as well to the channel, please show us love, subscribe, and keep encouraging us by liking our videos and by subscribing. And as well, if you still don't understand it, leave a comment down in the section, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And without further ado, this project is officially over, and stay tuned for the next one. I got something cooking up for you guys, and it's going to be an interesting one. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.